beautiful shot of La Jolla this morning. It is 6:45. Welcome back to Good Morning San Diego. It's a heartfelt story of giving just in time for the holiday season, and we're talking about why this Thanksgiving is so special for one San Diego family. I'm joined by Robert and Annabelle Villarreal. Good morning to the both of you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So we're talking about living donation, and this is a time of year that I would imagine you both are so thankful for the outcome of a truly romantic and sweet story. But Annabelle, you were in dialysis, you were in need of a kidney,
Yes.
and none of your family was a match.
Right.
But your husband stepped up. Tell us about it.
Well, it's kind of a surprise. We went out to dinner, and I didn't know he was going through the process. And came back and got out some apples, sparkling apple cider, got down on one knee and asked,
Not will you marry me again after several decades of marriage, but will you accept my
I told her I had given her my heart 28 or 22 years before, and now would she take my kidney?
Aww. So you started the whole process of being evaluated to see if you were a match without even telling your wife.
Correct. The anticipation was that I could hopefully be what they called a paired exchange, that maybe I wasn't going to be the right match, but then somebody else would be the match and we'd do a paired exchange. That was the intention.
Right, sort of a chain, which
Right.
a lot of people are familiar with now.
Correct.
That if you have a kidney, you want to donate to somebody, but you may not be a match. You might be a match for someone else who then matches your intended person.
Recipient, yeah. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the process, because I think a lot more people would be willing to be involved in living donation if they understood the process.
Yeah, it's really critical. Only about 6,000 people do live donations out of there's 100,000 people on the list, so it's really critical. It's a pretty simple process. They really take care of you. The folks at Scripps did a great job. They have an advocate for me, and they had an advocate for her, and they're making sure that it's the right fit for you and you're doing it for the right reasons. So they're very supportive of it. And the recovery, I was in the hospital about 48 hours and back home. Surgery on Tuesday, home on Thursday.
And Annabelle, how are you doing now? It's been almost 6 years since you received your husband's kidney. How are you doing? How was the process?
No, I'm doing really, really well. I'm just so thankful that everything worked out, and just being able to live a normal life again without having that, being on dialysis or just feeling, the effects of a kidney failure. And just having that new kidney and a new life, I'm just very thankful.
This brings a whole new dimension to a marriage, I would imagine. And I love that you both are wearing each a half of the pin today that talks living donation, and you've taken it on yourselves to really be advocates for living donation. And I know, Robert, you speak to several groups about it.
I really speak to individuals, so sometimes Scripps will give me a call and say there's an individual who's thinking of doing a live donation, but they have some questions, and what are the after effects, So I'll just have a conversation with them and say, this is how it was for me. It may be different for you, but again, it was a pretty simple process, and I was able to be back at work from home in about 2 weeks, and I only stayed at home to take care of her, but I could have been back at work in about 10 to 15 days.
And they really do give you a full health workup to make sure that you're able to do this, and psychologically and physically that you're prepared to do this, right?
Correct. Yeah, you do work with a counselor, and again, they talk to you and they ask you, why are you doing this? And make sure that you are all in.
Yeah, and I know this Thanksgiving is a special time for you guys. You're spending it with your son, and I imagine there's just so much to be thankful for.
Yes, there really is.
It really is, and it's great to have him back home. He lives away from us, but he'll be back for the holidays.
I bet he was pretty proud of his parents for the outcome of this.
He was actually on a plane to Nepal when the operation occurred, so he was pretty nervous.
He was a study abroad, and we couldn't postpone it any longer, and he had to go. And in fact, it was good for me, I think, because I was more worried about him and more worried about Robert than I was about myself.
Yeah.
Well, he has a lot to be proud of with his parents, and we thank you for sharing your story. It's a heartwarming one, especially in this time of giving, but just hopefully triggers that thought for somebody who might be willing to do that for a loved one or somebody else. It's important, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
There's thousands on the list where living donation could help. So thank you both for being here this morning.
Well, thank you.
Appreciate it.